2008, 2009. Started doing reunion shows. Got busy with it around 2010, which brings us to here. Getting out a new record and starting to tour more. New record just came out in October. It's recorded about a year ago. It's on Green Mist Records, greenmistrecords.com. It's a mixture between both our first two albums, kind of a punk metal thing, a lot faster than our old records. I think it's a little meaner. I feel like fans will be pretty stoked on it. What makes a good Hooker show? For the most part, we like the audience. If it's a good audience, we'll have a good show. We're kind of a bad time rock and roll band. We try to push it a little bit, push the audience into something, a little more than a lot of bands. We like to up the energy, and if we're feeling good and the audience is feeling good, we're going to have a fantastic fucking show. It's in a point of like resurgence, kind of like I'd say when I was 13, 14 years old, 77 style punk was hitting like a resurgence. And I think metal's done that. You see all that huge wave of thrash metal bands that came out, and now younger bands are playing more early British metal sounding stuff. And so I think it's a pretty good thing. It's a good climate for metal right now as opposed to the 90s and early 2000s where it was pretty rough. You didn't really have an old metal scene, a classic metal scene in America, but now it's coming back, definitely. Which is good for us because, even though we're a punk metal band, we're definitely based in that kind of music, and I grew up with that, those classic bands, Saxon, stuff like that, It's a wild fucking thing, from, the situation, just like anybody. I seen those documentaries, back when they came out, and it was always a point of interest. The things that recently occurred with it are very strange, and I don't really understand all of it exactly, but I'm glad those guys are finally seeing some freedom despite the situation, I collected heavy metal records, new wave of British heavy metal, and American metal stuff from the early 80s, late 70s. But in the last, I'd say 10 or 15 years, I've really gotten into like, it's kind of ridiculous, but like kids records, anything on Disneyland records, anything Halloween oriented, stuff like that. I recently got a Wade Denning K-Land record that I've wanted since I was in grade school. We had it when I was in third grade and listened to it on Halloween. I've recently acquired, that's probably my biggest conquest recently. You know, it's an expensive record and I found it for nothing, of course, which is the best way to do it. So that's pretty much it now, kids records.